Hey, what's up, Yu-Gi-Oh! Tubers? This is Blue Lightning back, doing a complete different deck profile. This is Steelswarm Archfiend, combining two decks that can possibly actually run off each other. I just kind of threw this deck together. But there's a lot of cards you can run in it, like Dark World Dealings and Fiend support cards, Ritual support cards, that kind of thing. This is my first time building this, so just bear with me. Alright, let's get started. First off, we have Archfiend Awakening. You can summon it with Contract of the Abyss. It becomes Summon Skull on the field. It's still treated as an Archfiend. Cannot be destroyed by battle except by battle with a ritual monster, and cannot be destroyed by monster effects except ritual monsters. When it's ritual summoned and sent to your grave by an opponent's card, you can special one Summon Skull from your hand, deck, or grave. So essentially, this is gonna be like Summon Skull support. A lot of these new Archfiend cards still center around like the older Archfiends, but they also center around Summon Skull. Archfiend Commander. If you control an Archfiend card, you can special this card from the hand, but it can't attack. When special summoned this way, you can target an Archfiend card you control, destroy it. When this card is tribute summoned, you can target a 1 level 6 Archfiend monster in your grave and special that target and face up defense. So this allows you to get your monster back that you destroyed. A lot of the old Archfiend cards you have to pay life points for. Actually, a lot of this deck you have to pay life points for. Mist Archfiend. You can normal summon this without attributing. Once returned during the end phase, if this card was special, destroy it, and you take 1,000 damage. You'll see a card later on that will be like the bread and butter of this deck. Archfiend Giant. If this face-up card would be destroyed by opponent's card effect, you can pay 500 life points instead. It can only be used once. If this card is destroyed by a card effect and sent to grave, you can special one Archfiend monster from your hand. So this allows you to get Archfiends from your hand to the field. Archfiend Cavalry. If this card on the field is destroyed by card effect and sent to grave, you can target an Archfiend monster in the grave, accept this and special it, but it can't attack. So this also gives you like special summoning ability. Your monsters just can't, they have to give up their battle phase. Eris. This card is sent to the grave because in a card effect or being destroyed by battle, you can add an Archfiend card from your deck to your hand. So this is your searcher. One Empress. You can, if exactly one face-up Dark Fiend monster on the field except this card that would be destroyed, you can banish one Dark Fiend monster from your grave instead. This card is destroyed and sent to the grave. From the field to the grave, you can select 1 level 6 or higher Dark Fiend monster from the grave and special it. So this allows you to get your higher level Archfiends back, or monsters. You can run 1 to 2 of this. I'd probably just stick to 1. I only have 1 Summon Skull, so yeah, don't judge me. So yeah, considering the Archfiend portion is going to be centered around him. Pandemonium. Now this is the card that's like the bread and butter. You want to protect, because this is what allows your Archfiend monsters to not pay life points. Neither player has to pay life points for Archfiend monsters. Each time a player's Archfiend card or monster cards are destroyed and sent to the grave, except as a result of battle, that player can select one Archfiend card from his or her deck that has a lower level than the destroyed card and add it to hand. So it's a searcher too. Falling Down. Now, as many of you guys will know, I'm not a fan of any decks that pay life points, but if the deck's centered around it or based off of it or based off gaining and losing life points, then that's a different story. Now, Falling Down. You can activate this card by targeting an opponent's monster, equip it, take control of it, destroy this card unless you control an Archfiend card, and then you take 800 during each standby. So while you take damage, you can potentially take control of your opponent's monster, like Nibiru or one of their strong monsters. And by its wording, it's non-targeting. The other field spell, Liberate. Nah, I can't pronounce that. All Fiend monsters gain 500 attack, and you can target an Archfiend monster you control, banish one other Fiend monster you control, and if you use special from your hand, deck, or grave, one Archfiend monster of the same level as the targeted monster. I feel this is just as good, if not better, than Pandemonium. I don't know. You guys tell me what you guys think. Oh yeah, you run 3. Again, I only have one Contract of the Abyss. It's used to ritual summon the ritual monsters for the Archfiends. Battle Scarred. Select one Archfiend on your side of the field. When you activate this, when a monster or controller pays life points during the standby phase for a selected monster, that monster, your opponent, must pay equal life points. If this card is destroyed or removed from the field, destroy the selected monster. When the selected monster is destroyed or removed from the field, this card is also destroyed. So this makes your opponent also pay life points. Okay, we're getting to the steelswarm portion. Gatekeeper. If a steelswarm monster is tribute summoned, face up while this card is on the field, you can normal summon or set one monster, so this gives you an extra normal summon or set. Color. And most, if not all, the steelswarms you have to tribute summon to get their effects. When a steelswarm monster is tribute summoned face up by tributing this card, you can special one level 4 lower steelswarm from your deck. So this special is from deck. And then all these guys you run at 1. Kalistag. This is essentially a walking lightning storm. This, you can pay 1,000 life points to blow something up. And this, you can pay 1,000 life points to target one steelswarm in your grave and special it. And then you have draw power. You can return one tribute summon steelswarm monster and then draw a card. And then you have tool. And then you have ripples. What tools does is you send a steelswarm from your deck to the grave, a foolish burial to target a monster, a steelswarm monster, and gains 800. And then ripples. You pay 500 life points, target a level 4 lower steelswarm monster in the grave and special it. So call by a monster reborn for steelswarm. Okay, extra deck. Archfiend's Manifestations. It becomes Summon Skull on the field, and it's treated as an Archfiend card too. All Summon Skull monsters gain 500 attack. If this fusion summoned card you control is sent to the grave by opponent's card, you can special one Summon Skull from your hand, deck, or grave. So this lets you get Summon Skull back from anywhere, pretty much, except banish. Archfiend's Call. It also becomes Summon Skull on the field and an Archfiend. Your opponent cannot target any Summon Skull you control card effects. If this is sent to the grave by opponent's card, you can special. So they're gonna have that common Archfiend's Ascent. If it's someone's skull or skulls, you control would be destroyed by battle. A card effect, you can detach one material from this card instead. And then you have one of the most difficult Archfiend monsters to summon, Link Mail. Well, that's it for Steelswarm Archfiends. Hit like and subscribe. And comment if you like the content, comment in the comments below. Alright, catch you on the flip side.